In a quiet neighborhood where everyone knew each other's name, evil hid in plain sight. To the outside world, he was just another man, polite, soft-spoken, and almost invisible. But behind the closed doors of his small apartment, he collected something horrifying. This is the story of the corpse collector. Every killer has a signature. Some seek attention, others crave control. But the corpse collector? He wasn't driven by fame. He was driven by possession. Between 1978 and 1985, authorities across several states were baffled by a string of disappearances. Young men, women, and drifters would vanish without a trace, no witnesses, no clues, and most disturbingly, no bodies. It was as if they had simply been erased from existence. Detective Samuel Price still remembers the case that haunted his career. He had a stack of missing person reports, no solid leads, and just one strange pattern. Each victim was last seen near a rundown bus station on the edge of town. But what nobody knew then was that the corpse collector was hunting in that very area, patiently, silently. He lured his victims with kindness, offering food, shelter, or just a ride home. His charm was disarming, his voice gentle. And once they entered his home, they never left. In his basement, investigators would later uncover a nightmare. Walls lined with photographs, personal belongings neatly organized, and hidden compartments containing the skeletal remains of his victims. Each one was carefully positioned, each treated as part of a collection. A forensic psychologist working on the case explained it like this. This type of killer does not murder for rage or thrill. He murders to keep. He feels a sense of control, almost comfort, by preserving the bodies of his victims. In his mind, he's not destroying them. He's possessing them forever. Neighbors described the man as quiet but odd. He worked nights, kept to himself, and rarely had visitors. Occasionally, people reported a foul odor coming from his home. He always blamed it on plumbing problems. No one questioned it. But behind those walls, his dark obsession grew. The reign of terror came to an end in 1985. A young woman, battered and terrified, managed to escape from his home. She ran straight to the nearest police station and told a story that detectives could hardly believe. Within hours, officers raided the man's residence. What they found inside would make even the most hardened investigators turn pale. They discovered dozens of preserved remains, chilling journals describing each victim in detail, and eerie handwritten notes that said things like, "They are with me forever." He called them his family. The man was arrested without putting up a fight. During his interrogation, he appeared disturbingly calm, almost relieved. He told investigators he never wanted to hurt anyone. He just couldn't stand being alone. When asked why he kept the bodies, he simply said, "Because they can't leave me." In court, the media quickly dubbed him the corpse collector. Psychiatrists diagnosed him with severe antisocial and delusional disorders. Yet, despite his mental illness, he was declared fit to stand trial. The evidence was overwhelming: DNA matches, personal items recovered from his home, and his own detailed confessions. He was found guilty on multiple counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Even behind bars, he remained eerily calm. He spent his days drawing portraits of his victims from memory, each one detailed, almost loving. When a guard asked him why he did it, he smiled and said, "To remember my friends." Years later, the house where he lived was demolished. But locals say strange things still happen on that street. Lights flicker, dogs bark at nothing, and sometimes a faint smell of decay lingers in the air. The memory of the corpse collector hasn't faded. It has become a ghost story told in whispers, a chilling warning of how evil can hide in plain sight. We often imagine monsters as creatures that live in the shadows. But sometimes, they walk among us. They shop at our stores, smile at our neighbors, and disappear behind closed doors. The corpse collector wasn't just a man, he was a mirror reflecting the darkest parts of humanity. In the end, justice caught him. But for his victims, and for their families, the silence remains. This has been The Corpse Collector, a true crime story from Dark Truth Files. Subscribe for more real-life horror that the world tried to forget. Thanks for watching.